Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. How are you doing today? كيف حالكم? Good, alhamdulillah. I'm also doing good, alhamdulillah, myself. And it's time for another story. But before we begin our story today, we will sing a little song. And it's really easy to learn. We will do it twice so you can learn it, okay? Now, first, before we start, we have to learn the signs for because it's about a turtle. So we're going to learn the sign for a turtle. So make a fist with your hand and stick your thumb out this way. And then put the shell on the turtle. Ready? It goes like this. There was a little turtle. He lived in a tiny box. He swam in a puddle and he climbed on the rocks. He snapped at a mosquito. He snapped at a flea. He snapped at a minnow and he snapped at me. He caught the mosquito, he caught the flea, he caught the little minnow, but he didn't catch me. Let's do it again. There was a little turtle, he lived in a box, he swam in a puddle and he climbed on the rocks. He snapped at a mosquito, he snapped at a flea, he snapped at a minnow and he snapped at me. He caught the mosquito, he caught the flea, he caught the little minnow, but he didn't catch me. All right, now it's time for us to relax. So find somewhere comfortable to sit and relax your body completely. Let's start. We'll raise our arms and take a deep breath and hold it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll let all of the air out of our bodies. Do you feel your body's relaxed? Mine is. So let's start with the story. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Our book for today is called A Pocket Full of Kisses by Audrey, illustrated by Barbara. If the book is by Audrey, then Audrey is the author. It's illustrated by Barbara, then Barbara is the illustrator. Now let's begin. When we begin something, what do we say? Bismillah. A pocket full of kisses. Chester Raccoon sat in the hollow of a tree stump and pouted. Please, can we give him back? He asked his mother. I'll be really, really good if we can give him back, Mom. Mrs. Raccoon smiled tenderly. You're already really, really good, Chester. But I'm afraid no matter how good you are, we can't give him back. Besides, I thought you liked having a little brother. Well, I did like it at first, admitted Chester. But now he plays with my toys and swings with my swings and reads my books. And then he pulls my tail and talks to my friends and follows me everywhere I go. Mrs. Raccoon lifted Chester onto her lap and smoothed out his worried furry forehead. That's what little brothers do, she explained in a very motherly tone. It's no different than sharing the woods or sharing the stream or sharing the food we find. Ronnie wants to be just like you. Mrs. Raccoon placed Chester on the ground and smiled at him with the soft, loving eyes he knew so well. I think someone needs a kissing hand. And then she took Chester's hand in her own and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning over, she kissed him right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt the warmth of that kiss rush from his hands up his arms and into his heart. And when he pressed his hand onto his cheek, he could hear his mother's words in his head. Mommy loves you. Chester grinned so wide. The tips of his silky black mask crinkled upward. Even his cheeks flushed to a primrose pink. He was the happiest raccoon in the forest. Then, in the blink of a moment, all the joy went out of the little raccoon. His pink cheeks paled, and a stream of tiny hot tears felt like spring rain down his sad little face. He saw his mother reach down take Ronnie's hand in her own, open his fingers into a fan, and kiss his brother right in the middle of his palm. "That was my kissing hand," Chester said, in the saddest voice his mother had ever heard. "Why did you give Ronnie my kissing hand? Don't you love me anymore?" "Oh, Chester," said Mrs. Raccoon, "of course I love you." "Then how come you gave the baby my kissing hand?" asked Chester. Mrs. Raccoon gathered Chester up in her arms and gave him a great, big, comforting hug. "I would never give Ronnie your kissing hand. This was his kissing hand. Now you each have one of your own." Chester wiped away his tears and settled in his mother's lap. "Well, if you give both of us kissing hands, won't you run out?" Mrs. Raccoon laughed. "Would you like to hear a story about kisses? About stars?" said Mrs. Raccoon. "Every night, just before the sun goes down, it reaches with its rays and touches every star in the universe. One by one, they light up and they shine down upon us. Even on nights we can't see the stars, they're up there sparkling away. No matter how many stars fill the sky, the sun will never run out of light, subhanallah, and its rays will never stop reaching out to them. That's the way it works with the kissing hands. When somebody loves you, their kisses are like the sun's rays, always there and always shining. No matter how many kissing hands I give, I will never, ever run out." "But you were right about one thing," says Mrs. Raccoon. Ronnie's big brother widened his eyes. "What's that?" "You are the big brother, and that deserves something extra special." So Mrs. Raccoon put Ronnie on a swing and then took Chester's right hand in hers and spread open his tiny fingers. Leaning over, she kissed him right in the middle of his palm. "This kiss is for your pocket. Take good care of it and keep it as a spare. You never know when a big brother might need a little extra care." Chester hugged his mother and romped away. "I love you too, Mommy," he seemed to say. The end. Did you guys like the story? I did too. So, who are the characters in this story? The main characters are the Raccoon family. There's Mom, Mrs. Raccoon, and then there's Chester and Ronnie, the little baby. And where did it happen? Yes, it was in the forest. It was not in the parking lot or like in the ice cream shop, was it? No. And we learn from this story that even if your mom loves your brothers and your sisters, she also loves you just exactly the same. Sometimes our moms are busy taking care of our baby brothers and sisters, but that doesn't mean they love us any less. It just means that our baby brothers and sisters just need a little help. They can't feed themselves. They can't go to the bathroom and use it on their own. They need help changing diapers. They need help to learn things that you already know. So if you are a big brother or a big sister, you shouldn't feel jealous of your little baby brother or sister. Your mom's just trying to help them learn the things that you already know. Even you can help a little bit too, right? All right. I had fun reading this story with you today, and I hope you did too. And we will meet again in another story time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.